At Jefferson High School, nestled in a quiet Ohio suburb, the final bell of the day rang through the corridors. Students gathered their belongings, ready to escape the monotony of another school day. In room 204, however, things were about to take a very unexpected turn. Mr. Bennett, the calculus teacher known for his dry humor and quick sarcasm, was wrapping up a lecture on derivatives. He noticed the janitor, Mike, sweeping just outside the door. Wanting to lighten the mood, he smirked and said loudly, "Hey, Mike, want to give this problem a shot?" He pointed to a complex calculus equation sprawled across the whiteboard, expecting laughter from the students. The class chuckled, some even whispering jokes under their breath. Mike was well liked, known for his warm smile and humble nature. He had worked at the school for years, quietly going about his duties. No one had ever thought of him as anything more than the janitor who greeted them in the hallways and kept the school spotless. But instead of laughing it off, Mike stepped inside the classroom, wiping his hands on a rag tucked into his back pocket. "Sure," he said calmly, his voice steady and polite. The class fell silent, unsure if he was serious. Mike approached the board, studied the equation for a few seconds, then picked up a marker. With surprising confidence, he began solving the problem step by step, explaining his reasoning as he went. The room remained eerily quiet, eyes darting between Mike's hand and the growing solution on the board. Mr. Bennett, at first amused, soon leaned forward, eyebrows raised. The solution was correct. Every line, every operation, flawless. When Mike finished, he capped the marker and turned back toward the stunned class. One student dropped her pen in disbelief. Another whispered, "Did he just solve that?" Mr. Bennett walked over slowly, examining the board. "That's exactly right," he muttered. "Mike, where did you learn calculus like that?" Mike chuckled softly, a bit embarrassed by the sudden attention. "I used to teach it. I was a math professor back in Pennsylvania before things changed. Life took me a different way." Gasps rippled through the class. "A professor, here, a janitor. Why didn't you ever say anything?" a student asked, still in awe. Mike shrugged. "Sometimes life doesn't go how you expect. Doesn't mean you stop being who you are." That moment, which started as a joke, turned into something unforgettable. The students saw Mike differently now, not as just the janitor, but as someone extraordinary hiding in plain sight. Mr. Bennett looked at him, respect replacing humor. The room that had once been filled with giggles was now filled with admiration, and the lesson that day wasn't just about derivatives. It was about humility, hidden talent, and the quiet brilliance some people carry within them, waiting for just one moment to shine. The story of Mike's surprise math solution spread through Jefferson High School faster than wildfire. By the next morning, nearly every student and teacher had heard about the janitor who solved a complex calculus problem like it was second nature. In the teacher's lounge, staff whispered in amazement. In the cafeteria, students replayed the moment over and over. Some even pulled out their phones to reenact how he had calmly stepped up to the board and shocked an entire classroom. The quiet janitor had become the center of the school's attention. Principal Larson, a disciplined and thoughtful woman, called Mike into her office. "I just want to confirm what I've been hearing," she said, peering over her glasses. "Did you really solve Mr. Bennett's equation?" Mike smiled humbly. "Yes, ma'am, I used to teach math before I moved here." She leaned back in her chair, clearly surprised. "Well, Mike, it seems like we've been overlooking a gem all this time." That afternoon, the school's official Facebook page posted a photo of Mike with the caption, "More than meets the eye, our very own Mr. Mike, once a college math professor, reminding us all that brilliance can be found in unexpected places." The post went viral locally, and within hours, a local news crew showed up to interview him. Mike, dressed in his usual grey uniform and work boots, stood shyly in front of the cameras as he answered questions about his past and how he ended up working as a janitor. "I had to step away from teaching to take care of family. It was never about pride. I just needed a job, and this school gave me one. I never expected any of this." The interview aired that evening, and the next morning the school was buzzing again but this time with admiration and pride. Students who barely noticed Mike before now greeted him in the hallways. Some even asked for help with their math homework. Mr. Bennett, impressed and humbled, invited Mike to co-teach a few classes as a guest. Mike agreed, hesitant at first, but warmed up to the idea quickly when he saw the students' eager faces. In the weeks that followed, a small group of students began meeting with Mike after school. What started as casual help turned into a full-on tutoring club. Grades improved. Kids who had once struggled with math began to actually enjoy it. One sophomore said, "He makes it make sense. He doesn't just teach, he listens." Inspired by Mike's story, the school board offered him a part-time academic assistant role, combining janitorial work with tutoring responsibilities. Mike accepted with grace, never asking for recognition, only hoping to help where he could. His story didn't just change how students saw him, it changed how they saw each other. People began to realize that everyone, no matter their job or background, had a story worth hearing. And in the heart of Jefferson High, one man's quiet genius reminded them all that potential often hides in the most unassuming places.